Well folks, it's been a very hectic day here, and I'm back here in the studios after spending half the day in Barrel and shooting a tribute video in the Lions Park, which is what you're about to see. Hey folks, this is RJ here, and you don't normally see me like this, but today, as mentioned in the video that I posted earlier, which you can find on the RJRTV website and from the Exec blog and also my DA journal, we lost a member of the RJRTV family today, and as you can see here, it is my pop. After 4 weeks in the hospital, as I mentioned, he did not make it this morning after he had another heart attack, and he passed away. It's going to be a tough couple of days for me just to digest the news, and yeah, it's deja vu because the same thing happened with my nin 3 years ago, and I don't want to bring that up. What you're about to see is video that I shot at the Lions Park earlier today, which talks about Pop's life in general and some select highlights. Now, this was done on the fly, and I'll add more at the end of this video, but let's not keep you guys waiting. Let's bring it straight to you right now. This is from the Lions Park. This was shot earlier this morning, just an hour or so after the announcement of his death. Here it is. Roll the tape. Well folks, as I mentioned in my last video, it happened. Another member of the RJRTV family has sadly gone to the big sky. Same thing as my nin happened 3 years ago, and we all know how that wound up for your old school RJRTV folks. For the last 4 weeks, as mentioned in my quick update videos and other videos, my pop has been in hospital and unfortunately fighting a bout of pneumonia and lung infections, and also he's had some heart attacks. Now I can't mention full details due to family policies and embargo orders enforced, but this morning, as I mentioned, he had another heart attack in Liverpool Hospital, and unfortunately he didn't make it. My pop, age 72, passed away. This video is just going to be a reflective one. I'm here in the Lions Park, as you'll see here in Barrel this morning, having some time to reflect on perhaps the life and the times of this great person. Married to my nin, and we had great fun. I suppose many of you are asking, what does this have to do with RJRTV? Well, Pop was very influential for me to get me into audiovisual and production work. When I was younger, around 8 or 9, he introduced me to the world of audio cassettes. And I still have a heap of these in my studio. And I'd have a tape recorder, and I've been through hundreds of tape recorders before. And I would record anything and everything that's there. We'd have video games taped, we've had family events, cricket games. This was before we introduced camera technology too, before I got my hands on my own video camera. And it was great. He taught me the skills I needed to collate, collab, pause, stop, rewind. And it was good. And for that, I have now 200 audio cassettes in my studios ready to go. That's the bus I was supposed to catch this morning by going past. But he really got me started into the whole RJRTV thing. It wasn't until years later that I got into the video work, when my mum and I went up to Queensland in 2000 with the family, and that introduced me to the video camera in a whole. And years later I got my own video camera, an old Panasonic VHS Mini, and although he didn't want to be on camera, he was the life of it. He also taught me some extra skills. So that's where the creativity part comes from. But he was very influential in what RJRTV is today. Off cameras and outside of the audio tapes, he was very influential, although he could get a bit picky at times. But we've had fantastic fun. When my nin was still alive, and yeah, he'd babysit us, and we played Uno together back at Mossvale and in Sutton Forest as well. Those were the good days. The earliest memories would be when I was before he was born. He worked for a local removalist company, He worked for the Services Club. Now, I won't mention the Services Club bit, that's the family thing. But I'll mention the removalist. I used to go in the truck most of the time, and we'd go and help him out. We'd go even to the most popular of places. I used to take in the back in the cab, alongside with me then sometimes. It was very, very great. He also loved his horse racing. And every single Saturday when Channel 9 or Win TV here used to show the races, we'd always pick our favourites and he'd put bets on. And 9 times out of 10 we won money. In fact, when a couple of years ago when Makybe Diva was running in the Melbourne Cup, going for a third one, I put a bet on, and taking my pop's advice, I actually ended up winning both a win and a place. So it was very influential too, but yeah, we'd go in front of the TV and say, that's my favourite horse, that's my favourite horse, that's my favourite horse. That was the case. And Sundays were no exception. When Sports Sunday was on, they'd give the full rep of the horse racing, and yeah, he loved his horse racing. He also loved going to the club too, but he loved his pokies. And before he passed away, I think last year before this happened, we'd go to the Services Club at Mossvale, and I teamed up with me pop, and we played on the poker machines, and we poured $40 out of it, and we split 20 between the two. And it just happened to happen. I have a $20 note in my wallet, so that was great. But he always loved his poker machines, and yeah. He also loved his family, and he loved his relatives. He's, in fact, on Saturday I went up to Narellan to visit one of my relatives up there, my uncle. And we had lunch, if you've been reading on my tweets, at the Merino Tavern. And that would be, in fact, the last time we would see Pop. But he loved his family. We had backyard games of cricket together. We had everything. He was great to his cousins and his nieces, and he was good all round. And that should do it for this little bit of a video. But he lived a very influential life. He lived it to the full. Lived a few more years older than my nan, but despite all the rough times, the hardships and the turmoil, he was good in every single way. Sutton Forest will miss him dearly, and we will miss him dearly here at the RJRTV online network. His inspirations, without them, we wouldn't be here. So mate, I know Nen's up there waiting for you right now, and I know you're looking down on us and saying, yeah, I lived a very influential life. Mate, you will be missed. Knowles? Yes, you will be missed. There we go. He always loved it, and those things were really what made him be. He'll be sadly missed by the entire RJRTV team, but also the family and relatives that knew, and friends that knew him the best. In the next couple of days, there'll be more information coming out in relations to what's happening next. As I said, I'm on a media embargo order, which prevents me from mentioning certain aspects of it. But you can find out the latest information through the RJRTV website at rjrtv.com and through our From the Exec blog. You'll find mostly the From the Exec blog has more information because I update that on a regular basis, whilst the RJRTV website's updated when new videos come out or an event of this nature happens. But either way, I'll keep you guys informed. Regular programming has been suspended, just a reminder, until such time as this goes. Don't want to be really pushing myself too hard now, just need to take it easy and just get over this as soon as I can. I hope you guys understand, and I hope you guys do stick around. We'll take a bit of time to recover, but we'll do it. We'll get there. I hope so. Fingers crossed. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. As I said, there'll be more info that is to come on both the website and the From the Exec blog. Until next time, everybody. Yeah, I know, it's tough. This is RJ saying, stay sharp.